Hello everybody. Today I'm going to introduce one of the most important topic in natural language processing, that is text summarization, with a brief introduction about the open source tools and the hands-on notebook. So what is text summarization? It is the process of using AI NLP to create a concise, coherent, and frequent summary of a longer text document, capturing the document's key points, key information, and the most relevant details. So it has many use cases, including such like media monitoring, financial research, patent research, internal document summarization, and workflow simplification, legal contract analysis, social media marketing, also generates the article digest for push notification, as well as e-learning and class assignment, and many more. Also, many benefits associated with the text summarization because it saves your time. It can save your time in reading, understanding, and processing large amount of the text data, and also make document selection much easier for research and study. Also, it can improve the index effectiveness, and it can offer more consistent and less biased, the summarization than the human summarizers can do. Also, it is useful in question answering system generation, building, and also enable the commercial abstract service. So there are two fundamental approaches to text summarization. One is extractive, another is abstractive. So extractive summarization, this technique extracts the important words, phrases from the original text. So the basic idea is to create a summary by selecting and cherry picking the most important phrases which exist in the original text. Whereas the abstractive summarization technique learns an internal language representation of the raw text to paraphrase and generates the totally new phrases which do not exist in the original text, but convey its essential meanings and the information. The underlying idea of it is to put a strong emphasis on the form to generate a more human-like summary writing, which requires deep learning and advanced language modeling techniques. There are many open source Python and also other programming language libraries available for use out of box for the text summarization. For the extractive approach, you can get Summy, which is a Python library for extracting the summary from HTML pages as well as plain text files. And this package also contains a simple evaluation framework for text summaries. So it supports modules and algorithms such like NUM, leg strength, LSA, latent semantic analysis, Edmondson, and so on. Another excellent open source Python library is Gensim. Gensim is an open source library for unsupervised topic modeling, document indexing, retrieval by similarity, and other NLP functionalities, such like the text summarization using modern statistical machine learning approach. So it supports algorithms like the text rank summarizer. Also, NLTK and the frequency summarizer is a set of the libraries for statistical NLP for English written in Python. Whereas for the abstractive approach, you can find something like the Google TextSum and also T-file text-to-text transfer transformer, which serves primarily as the codebase for reproducing the experiments, the proposed in the paper, exploring the limits of transfer learning with a unified text-to-text transformer, and also many more deep learning models and frameworks for enabling abstractive summarization. So this is a list of the reference for all these open source libraries. And let's actually to go to the notebook to do some hands-on exercises and the introduction. Okay, so in this section, I'm going to mainly focus on the extractive summarizations, and I will introduce the abstractive summarization in the next follow-up section. Okay, so in this notebook, the first library we are going to try to use and test is the SUMMY. So how to use SUMMY to summarize text is very simple, just 3 steps, 3 lines of code. So firstly, you actually do text data processing, such like the tokenize the words and also passing the plain text or the HTML file and web pages. And then secondly, you initialize a SUMMY summarizer with a given algorithm such like LexRank, and optionally you can also add stemma processing and also removing the stop words. Finally, you just use the summarizer to actually extract a summary out of the original text. So this is some like the reference. And also first thing we always do is import the library essentials. And then in the first exercise, we just like summarize the plain text file. Okay, so in this case, you can see just like to actually to to load the file from the local drive, and then you can print out what is the original text file. Here I just using sample text which is about the discussion of what is the canary deployment. Okay, so then we can just to call the SUMMY some LexRank summarizer to summarize it. So you can see here I'm just like specify the English as my natural language for summary. But however, so you can always find like the the many other languages supported. So check out this Stack Overflow thread. So here, okay, you can see it's many natural languages. French, German, Greek, Italian, Polish, Russian, Spanish, Swedish, Turkish, Czech, Danish, and so on. So it's quite a good chance you will find that your language has already been supported. If not yet, it's not so hard to add it. So in the SUMMY repo, which is created by the MISO, this is a very excellent and popular repo with like the 3,000 stars. Okay, so in the repo you can see it's some introduction about this SUMMY open source library, and also the author lists out alternative implementations of the text summarization in the various programming languages, such like not only Python but also C, Java, Ruby, Scala, and so on. So if you're using other programming language for text summarization, do check out this list and find the suitable ones for your use case and purpose. Okay, good. Let's go back to our exercise. For summarize a plain text file, you can see the command to use is summarize, passing document and sentence count. So where the sentence count is a tunable hyperparameter. That means the how many sentences you want the summarizer to summarize the original text into. Okay, so you can just like specify the the what is like the total number of the sentences for the summary. Okay, and then you can see the SUMMY output a table of objects or SUMMY sentence class. That is the extracted summary sentences. So then we just do a little bit processing and concatenate them with new lines to form a single text string to display the extractive summary produced by the SUMMY LexRank summarizer. Okay, you can see this is original text, this is the summary. Quite nice and quite easy to produce. Okay. In the second exercise, we just summarize a text string. So this is some text string. I just like to get it from the internet news, and then you can see just called the parser and the summarizer, and you can nicely to summarize this text string into the summary. Okay, so we can also try another natural language. Here I just like the put some samples in German. Okay, and you can see the summarizer can also nicely to produce outcome from the other German language and also many other language as just shown before. So you can also not only summarize plain text, you can also summarize HTML page and file. Okay, so this is some like the library you just loaded, and then you just like call the LexRank summarizer from the SAMI package. So here is some parameters called the language, the sentences count. Okay, so that means like how many sentences you want to summarize into. Okay, so this is some tunable parameters you can use. So in this test, you can see, the actually the two tests is actually the one is simply using the rank without the stamping and not removing the stop words, and in the second test using the summarizer with stamping and also the removing the stop words. So stemming is actually just to convert the words of the different forms. Remove is like the tense and the plural, and to actually convert it back to its original form. So that is basically some stemming technique in NLP. Okay, so from this test result, you can see, okay, so it seems using the SAMI, the LexRank summarizer with the stemming and removing the stop words give a more concise summary, okay, in the test 2, but less like the human writing. Also, you can try the parsing and summarizing any HTML page of your interest to see how it goes. Okay. Also, not only like the notebook, you can also using the command line utility to actually to quickly summarize any document. So just like a one-line code in the command line, and you can just do it with the same like the purpose. Okay, so here I'm just like let the SAMI to actually summarize a wiki page about what is auto summarization. You can see this is the summary produced by the command line utility of the SAMI. Okay, very handy to use as well. Okay. So not only the LexRank module and algorithm, so SAMI also supports many other algorithms such like the Long, Edmondson, LSA, and so on. So this is some just clicking on this and you'll find like all this kind of information. Okay, you can see in this introduction page, it's some like essential concept has been introduced about each algorithm. For Long algorithm, it is the simplest real-world algorithm. It is the first one known and is based on the assumption that the most important sentences are those with the most significant words. So the significant words are those which are more often in the text, but at the same time, they don't belong among stop words. Okay, so this is for Long, and also for the Edmondson. It's actually the enhancement of the Long algorithm. Okay, so Edmondson adds 3 more heuristics to the method to actually measure the importance of the sentence. Okay, so the author of the Edmondson and found so-called pragmatic words, the words that are in the headings and the positions of the extracted term. So therefore, this method has 4 sub-methods, and the proper combination of them results in the Edmondson method. So the important part of that, this method is most language dependent because it needs a list of the bonus words, stigma words, and also the stop words. Okay, so do check out the details if you want to understand like the deeper what it is and the algorithm. Also, basically, the bonus words is actually positive relevant words, and the stigma words is negative relevant, whereas the non-words, stop words is the irrelevant words. Okay. So besides that, you can also say for latent semantic analysis LSSA, it is the most advanced method, which is like language independent, but also the most complicated method. The method is able to identify the synonyms in the text and the topic that are not explicitly written in the document and so on. Okay. So that is also the many other algorithms such like lex rank and text rank and so on. Okay. Okay, just take a look at these pages as well. So let's actually try the the same as other the modules and summarizers. Okay, and okay, again it's very easy piece of cake to actually summarize a plain text file. Just like load the any the supported the modules like the LSA summarizer here, and you summarize it, and here the again just summarize that what is the the canary deployment discussion original text into the the 3 sentences we specify here. Okay. So then later I just like to do some like for like comparison between the different algorithms, long lex rank, Edmondson, LSA using the same test sample below. Okay, so this is just like the code, very easy. You can see like the nicely for each method it actually generates the the summary code, lex rank, LSA, long, Edmonds. Okay, so the observation here is like it looks like the lex rank seems to give the most concise and the coherent summary, closely followed by the Edmondson module and the others. Okay. So the second open source Python library we're going to introduce for text summarization for extractive summary approach is Jensen. So this is the reference for it. And also the first thing you need to do is actually to install the Jensen. So this is some like the pitfalls, if you actually encounter like the no module named Jensen.summarization error, just refer to this excellent thread to resolve it. Basically, on the Jensen's GitHub change log, they actually stated the Jensen summarization module has been removed in the version, the 4.x, because it was an unmaintained third-party module. So in order for us to continue using the JSON summarization, you will have to downgrade the version of the JSON to JSON equal to 3.8.3 or older. Okay, that's it. So pretty much after you've done that, the people install it, you can just use it. So it's pretty much as simple, as easy as like the Sami. Okay, so here you can see like the one hyperparameters we need to specify the summary ratio. Okay, so this is the ratio of the summary text to the whole raw text, a tunable hyperparameter, and you should always the fine tune it, change it according to how big your raw text it is. For example, if the raw text is quite small, like the less than 10 sentences, using the bit high ratio like the equal or greater than 0.1, and if the raw text is quite big, like the more than 100 or even thousands of sentences, using the small ratio such like the equal or less than 0.01. Okay. Also, you can see like the this is the summary. I just using some wiki page talking about the topic of the snorkeling. Okay. So and see is how good the summary it is produced by the Jensen package. Okay, you can see here. This is like the this is actually the wiki page. You can take a look. It's a lot of like the text, a lot of text. Yeah, okay, quite a lot. So basically, what I want to do is actually to the specify my summary ratio, and then just like give me some the concise the summary, the text, the digest of the whole wiki page. Okay, that is produced quite nicely and so on. So you can also see the GenSim also able to give you like the keywords extraction. Okay, so this is the topic we already discussed in the previous session, and also we already introduced many powerful and excellent the open source tools, Python packages for the keyword extraction, such like the PKE Python keyword extraction, and the NLTK with the TF-IDF, and also flash text and many more. So if you have not yet take a look at that session, do check it out in my NLP series. Okay, so actually the keyword here, the generated by the GenSim, is not as good as that other tools like the PKE. So we just like take a look. That is it. Okay. So you can see for the extractive summary, the two out-of-box modules look promising, which is the SAMI's lux rank module and the GenSim's text rank. So try both for any specific domain or project of your interest first, and also do check out other modules, and also do fine-tuning those key hypermeters such like the sentence count or the summary ratio. It will always the specific to your actual document and the content of the document you want to summarize. Okay. Also, I indicate some datasets for training some extractive summary modules, such as this dataset and this dataset. Okay, so just like some quick, the introduction and the hands-on exercise on the extractive summary techniques and the open source packages. And in the next session, as I said, we are going to actually focus on the abstractive summary techniques and some hands-on notebook. Okay, so that's it for today, and just like to subscribe to this channel to keep updated on the latest AI technique, and also download a copy of this PPT and the step-by-step hands-on notebook, plus many more open source. Okay, see you next time.